Thank you, Ben.
You're playing.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming up here and playing.
Sure. You think people want to see more?
You want to play more?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Okay. Yeah.
We're playing more.
All right, so we're playing a third set here. And right now, it may just be a set for fun, or it may be best out of 5, or it may be best out of 17. Because I'm going to keep coming at Ian until I get what I want from him. And I don't feel like I have that quite yet.
Ben is every bit as difficult to play as everybody says. It's great. I'm really enjoying the challenge here.
Good job.
Nice shot.
Nice shot, but he just MEP'd MEP.
MEP and the MEP.
All right. Oh, come on. Back. Wide. I gotta get under that more.
All right, now that's a. I feel like Ben is not making that shot today. That particular return, and it's one that I've seen him, in other matches make just like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
But that has something to do with a lefty spin too, maybe. That was so out.
That was on.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Yep.
I see your 10,000 IQ, Ben.
All right, so we're playing a third set here. And right now, it may just be a set for fun, or it may be best out of 5, or it may be best out of 17. Because I'm going to keep coming at Ian until I get what I want from him. And I don't feel like I have that quite yet. But I'm building on my success in the second set, trying to do even better in the third, trying to equip myself as best as I possibly can.
After a lot of conversation, we decided to play a third set. And just kind of fell out of my groove there. Easy volley miss, easy forehand miss, brain dead, drop shot. There you go. So it's going to be an interesting mental challenge at this point now to get myself back up again, mentally, after definitely kind of relaxing after I thought the match was over, and so got to get my mental and physical juices going again.
Oh, good shot.
That's a good rip.
Is it broken string?
No.
Just.
That's not a bad. No.
Oh, that's a weird, awkward shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That was.
I know the feeling, man.
I know it much better than you.
Yeah.
Just
that
comes with
was
the
a
territory in here.
good play in mid-court, right at Ian's feet when Ian was literally
That's game. Yep. So
in no man's land
Yep.
to force that lob to hit the ceiling.
That's
So
indoor tennis for you right there.
Indoor tennis.
Hazard.
But these ceilings are actually a little bit higher than what I would normally see in indoor tennis
Oh,
clubs
for
in
sure.
the Midwest.
Yeah,
These ceilings are fantastic. There's other clubs in the area, specifically in River Glen, which is about 10 minutes north of that.
What have I just witnessed
Jesus.
here?
Oh, man.
That is most exhausting
I am-
player
After
tennis.
seeing that, I just got moist.
Moist.
Take a shower.
Ooh, good one. Back. Ah. What?
Oh, that's a high.
Look at the
oh
lob.
my
That's good. That's good. Got the line. And is that going to be in? That's good too. That's good. Get there, Ben. Yes. Come on. Yep. Get there. And a
Oh,
right-handed.
that's sweet.
Oh, two hands though.
Yes. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Well played.
It's just.
Ah, good one. Oh, good one.
This would be a really interesting mental challenge now. I definitely, let everything totally wind down after the second set. And it's just a perfect case study. Like Ben is so just rock steady and solid. He didn't go anywhere. He kept doing what he's always been doing, and had points to go up 3-0 in this set because of my lapse. So still struggling trying to find the forehand. Again, there's a lot of credit to Ben for mixing it up, making it tough. And I'm just gonna keep swinging. I'm just gonna keep swinging for it, try to find it. It's just a great chance now to push myself mentally and in terms of trying to find my shots and problem solve.
A little bit disappointed not to come away with that break. I did have an opportunity. I do feel like I'm finally starting to take Ian on the journey that I talked about. We're going some places that he's a little apprehensive about. Not quite sure he wants to hang out there with me. So as our itinerary expands and we branch out and go more and more different places together, there might be a time when I look behind me or to the side and I don't see Ian anymore. So that's what I'm going for in this set.
I got a lot of respect for both these guys playing on a third set. I think that it opens the door to, I guess some other speculation. Is Ben the kind of guy who, if you give him, 5 hours to play, he'll make it 2 hours of fun for you and 3 hours of hell for you?
No, it's back.
Oh, good one.
That's it. That's it. That's the tempo. That's a great lob, Ben.
Thanks. That's what it takes. It's like the only one you missed.
It's bound to happen sooner or later.
Good lob.
First
Good lob.
overhead miss by Ian in 12,743 attempts. That goes in the record books.
That is, I think Ben has achieved, something very difficult. Good for him.
No.
Good job.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
That,
He just MEP'd MEP.
MEP and the MEP.
Yeah.
Yep. He bent Ben.
Ben.
He bent Ben.
They both sound pretty bad.
Yes. and
Wow, sorry, Ben.
and then he
That's
broadied Ben. The next step is he's gonna boy.
Boys, top tier, top shelf.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And look at the footwork. Look at the footwork.
Footwork?
Yeah. Look at the shot.
MEP's just stay on string.
Oh, two hands. Now you got it. You got him. Okay? You got it? 2 hands. Now get up there. Oh, that's a good point. Little game of cat and map.
That's 5 net cords to none for Ian to Ben. Good one. Where's my net cord?
Sorry, man.
Oh, good one.
Oh.
Oh, good serve. Good shot. Oh, come on. I feel like this set and the previous set is the kind of match I wanted to have with Ian. Maybe not with respect to the result, but in terms of the way I'm playing. I've just, for whatever reason, been coming out flat in a lot of my matches for about the last 6 months, where I'll drop a first set to someone that I end up beating. But for whatever reason, I'm just not on my game when the match starts out. And that's an adjustment and a switch for me, because typically I tend to start out strong, especially if people have never played me before, and then things kind of even out as people get used to my style. But by the end, oftentimes fatigue will set in. So it's a new experience for me coming out flat. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but I'd like to solve it. But I am pleased with the change that I've made since that first set.
Serve is really clicking today. To be honest, I'm a little surprised Ben is having this much trouble with it, but in all honesty, I think I would attribute that mostly to the court. And him probably not having ever played a lefty on this kind of court. Found some rhythm on some forehands there. And that'll continue to be my overall kind of goal here, is just try to settle into a rhythm with the forehand. And everything else just keep rolling as it has been. Oh.
Oh, good one.
Good point. They just out MEP'd MEP. Net. Take two. No. Really got to hand it to Ben for trying something new here. Just back.
Yeah. Okay.
Back.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, I've been trying to go behind him the whole match. He's been sitting on it. So smart of him. I just need to start going to the open court when I have a setup like that.
Oh, good shot.
It's all arm.
Oh. Back. Oh, good shot. I can't call it out.
Thank you. Thanks.
Wide.
I don't think Ian liked that call. I don't think he liked that call.
I thought it was wide.
Yeah, Ian didn't. He was shaking his head.
Ooh.
It's great. I'm really enjoying the challenge here. Ben is every bit as difficult to play as everybody says on the internet. The way he mixes up his depths and his heights and his spins, it's kept me from being comfortable on my forehand most of the match. And I found it just enough, honestly. So I feel very lucky in that regard. But that being said, just more of the same. Stay confident and just keep hitting each shot the best I can.
It was fun to try to come in a couple times on my service game and just try to get more comfortable doing it. I've said, and everybody's seen, it's an area of development for me. I don't really come in. I don't put things away on volleys very often. But I know this about myself, and I do believe that I can do it going forward if I work on it. So I feel like right here now is an excellent opportunity to try. I'll probably try it again this game, and if I go down, I'll go down trying something new.
Big shout out to the official sponsor of this match play series with MEP, and that's Play Your Court. PlayYourCourt.com has a special going. If you go to playyourcourt.com/ET, then you can get a big discount off their platform, which is incredibly valuable for passionate tennis players just like you. They have a huge directory of tennis coaches. So if you're looking for an amazing lesson in your local area on your local courts, go check them out. Or if you're looking for somebody to train with and play practice matches with or practice with, they have a huge directory of players as well using their special rating system. So you can find somebody exactly your level to practice with. And they even have tons of online training resources so you can find out exactly what to work on and how. Nate and Scott are both personal friends of mine, and I really appreciate their support of this channel, of this content, of my match against Ben. So thank you to Nate and Scott. And if you appreciate their supports and you're looking to improve your own game, make sure to go to playyourcourt.com/ET.
The one thing I wish is that these two sets were our match, you know. I
Yeah.
said that in the confessional. I don't know why, but for like the last 6 weeks, I've been a really slow starter, and that's
Yeah.
never been the way that my matches have gone in like 10 years prior to that.
Really?
So yeah, like I'm usually the one that's going up early, especially if I never, it's different because you've seen me play, but especially if I'm playing somebody for the first time,
Yeah.
What I do catches people off guard, and then things kind of normalize in the second set, and by the third set, a lot of times it comes down to stamina. But
Right.
lately, I've just been like losing first sets to guys I end up beating, and I'm like,
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's really, really weird.
Well,
So,
I mean, you have to give yourself a massive, not pass, but the surface acclimation is just a huge variable here.
yeah.
Obviously, in particular in your first match, your second match looked like you were much more zeroed in than your first one. But that I would attribute the first match basically 100% to the surface, personally.
Yeah. Well, then there's also like seeing what a given opponent's ball does on
Yeah.
the surface for the first time.
Yeah.
You see it on tape, it's one thing. You see it in person, you're like, oh,
Yeah, no, 100%.
I see.
And then those things compound, like the surface and the shot, like kind of compound together.
Yeah.
Like I was telling the camera, I'm sure you've seen good lefty serves before, but the combination of my serve and this surface kind of brings its own unique, challenge.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I think you've done extremely well for how
Thanks.
little you play on this kind of surface.
I appreciate it. Oh, good one. Oh, good one. Back.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Good cut. Good cut. That's you can't
Right
get
on.
stuck in no man's land there. Right at his feet.
Slice.
The only thing that could happen is that ball comes up high and slow, and Ian tomahawks it into the next universe.
So worst overhead I ever hit. Good ball, Ben.
Thanks. Ooh. Oh, man. Good shot. Got caught in no man's land.
Good playing, man.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Really. Again, appreciate you coming up here and challenging us.
Yeah. Well, you challenged me, but it's neither
Dude,
here
it
nor
was
there.
mutual. It was mutual.
If I was just some guy and challenged you, then
Nah.
wait a minute.
No, trust me, it was
Although it
you'll
worked out for Sean.
hear my comments during the match. It was a mutual challenge for sure.
Yeah, well, I just want to make you work,
Oh yeah. Appreciate that. I love
Yeah.
that.
And we will be wrapping up shortly for an on-court interview on the thought process and overall match scenario between this very highly anticipated and finally executed match of Ian versus Ben, aka MEP and Green Shirt Guy.
So, do you think it lived up to the hype?
I think it did.
Yeah, I agree. That was everything I hoped it would be. I think Topher and Ben really was a nice teaser.
Yeah.
But I
nice
think
teaser.
that this was the main attraction here, and it one of the perks of being in the undercard is that you get the best seats in the house to watch the main attraction. And I got to say that I've really enjoyed having Ben up here. He is just a class act from start to finish. He's a warrior. He's a maddening player, and he is just a real good guy all around. Just the kind of guy that everybody who talks trash about the way he plays, you've not played against him. He's a tough out, and I'm saying that from experience. So, congratulations to Ian here, but thank you, Ben, for coming up. This was a red letter week.
And yes, don't you guys want to see us travel down to Atlanta, Georgia sometime this summer? Because I will be talking about it with Scott, Ian, and a few other people from the Essential
Oh
Tennis
man,
universe.
I'm down. I am totally down.
So we'll see you guys shortly on the on-court interview.
All right, thanks guys.
So today was the much anticipated match that has been going on for about 6 or 7 months now, right?
Yeah.
For the YouTube community, you guys watching have been requesting, and it finally happened. Props to Ben, props to Ian at Essential Tennis, James, Tyler, and everybody else behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
Scott Brody commentating. This was, in all honesty, kind of a dream come true and something that you guys have been anticipating for a very long time. So obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about the match and kind of like how we got here, because there's a lot of history behind this match that happened today. Overall, how did you think you played, Ben? Because you've probably been thinking about this for at least 5 to 6 months, correct?
I have been thinking about it for a while. Ian and I have been talking about it for quite some time. I'm really happy that it finally came to fruition. So thanks, guys, for helping to make that possible. In terms of the match itself, it was tough. No doubt about it. This indoor surface is not my preferred surface. I tripled my number of times having played indoors in the last 6 years in the last 3 days. So it's totally different. I felt lucky that throughout my time here, I only hit the roof once. The over-under, I think, was like
commendable.
5.
Yeah, I hit the roof as many times as you did.
Yeah. So, but Ian's, it's very clear that he was very well prepared for the match. He was fired up. He seemed to have a different gear when the match started. Never anything but friendly and cordial, but displayed the competitive spirit that you would expect of an athlete of his caliber. So kudos to you, Ian, for the way that you played today.
I don't think anybody's ever referred to me as an athlete of any caliber. Thank you, Ben. That's really gracious of you. I appreciate it. And I mean, the first thing I need to say is I respect you so much for coming out of your comfort zone and coming here and doing something completely different than you're used to. There's no question it's a big factor. So the fact that you stayed, level-headed and magnanimous, and it appeared that you enjoyed the whole thing, through all the ups and downs, is really a huge testament to you as a competitor. So I just want to say congratulations to you.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Well done, well done. Now, did you find playing me gave you preparation for Ian? You think our playing styles were kind of similar in this moment?
Maybe in a different kind of way. Like it lowered my expectations for the match against Ian, quite honestly, where I felt like I don't have to do all that much to feel better about the match that we had versus the match that you and I had.
So you're saying it kind of helped?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. To an extent. I mean, I think I got the best out of like everybody that I played. Everybody, Scott, Ian, Sean, Topher, I got the best version of them, or close to it. They might not feel that way, but it felt like that to me based on what I had seen on tape before as compared to what I saw when I got out on the court. To try to more directly answer your question, I think the aggressive style that you have did help a little bit, but it's one thing to know it's coming and it's another to be able to do anything about it. And today, I wasn't able to do all the things that I would have liked to be able to do, but when Ian and I play again, as I'm sure we will, in Atlanta, under the hot sun and the warm July weather outdoors.
He's WWFing that right now.
I think it might tell a different story, but that's just me.
So with the environment variables that you did environment variables. Oh my God, that's a programmer thing. But with the outside variables that you talked about, just about the sun, the wind, and the humidity, which is, in my opinion, heavily underrated. With all those things aside, based on the 4 matches you played, Sean is a high-level 4-0, low 4-5. Same with Topher. Scott's more towards redlining, like high 4-5, 5-0, and Ian's right around there. Do you think, is there a difference between what you would call a mid 4-5 in Atlanta and a mid 4-5 in Milwaukee, based on what you've seen?
Well, I think that y'all are, if you're not 5-0s, you're darn close to it.
Okay.
It may just be that they haven't updated the ratings lately, but you guys are top of the line 4-5. I would say I'm like a mid-high one, and that's not a subjective
Well, based on your record.
determination.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
right.
yeah.
It's going by like your actual dynamic rating.
Yeah, right.
So,
That surprised me a little bit because I've always heard that Atlanta. I've always felt like Atlanta is like it's just such a part of the community there that I've always kind of assumed that Atlanta would be stronger community.
so what I can't speak to really is doubles in Atlanta
Yeah.
versus Milwaukee or too many other places. Atlanta, in my opinion and experience, is kind of double centric. We have Alta, which is exclusively doubles.
Oh, it's not singles? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Alta's all doubles. So we have USTA,
I
but
didn't know that.
there's a lot less USTA than I'm used to seeing. When I played in Northern Virginia, we had 3 districts right on top of each other. We had Nova, DC, and Montgomery County, Maryland, and you could play in all 3 of those districts at the same time for a couple of seasons a year. You might get 25, 30, 40 USTA matches in a year. Here, I might get 15 if we go to the playoffs. So it's
Really?
a lot different.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
Okay.
for my team, I play almost exclusively singles. I think I played doubles maybe 4 times in 9 seasons.
And doubles is tough because with the ratings, it's exponentially more complicated because
Yeah.
you're introducing not just 2 other variables, but 2 variables compounding on top of
Sure,
each other for the
yeah.
rating system. So that's why,
Yeah.
singles is probably a better, truer sense of the word. Did you say something?
Well, going back to the rating disparities, is that I think you find that in towns that have more tennis players, that have like legitimate 5-0 leagues and open tournaments and that sort of thing, that you're going to have more of a push up towards the top. So the 4-5 level tends to be truer, whereas in a place like Milwaukee that doesn't even have 5-0
Yeah, that's a good-
teams,
that's a good
that
point.
everybody's hanging on.
Everything
you
kinda
know,
trickles
like,
down
Yeah, they trickle down,
into
and so
4-5,
it
yeah.
ends up being top heavy. Like if you go to Colorado, Denver has 15, 20 5-0 teams in the
Yeah.
league in Central, in the greater city area. And if you go to the tournaments, the 5-0 tournaments are weak. Everybody plays open, okay? And the 4-5s are the 4-5s are
Such
just
a
kind of
mess,
like
just the whole thing.
Yeah, there's no continuity to it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Well, it makes sense because the USTA has a vested interest in having more players rather than fewer. And if they
Right.
bump people up to 5-0 in an area where there are no 5-0
Yeah.
leagues,
Right.
they're not going to have anywhere to play. So I think it probably takes a lot more to get bumped up to 5-0 in a place like Milwaukee than it may in Atlanta because we do have
Yeah.
a fair number of
Right.
5-0 leagues.
I'm a 4-5 because I wrote a letter.
Yeah.
So back to the
4-5A.
match. Did you feel like in the second set, Ben, that you were swinging a little bit more freely, specifically on the passing shots when Ian was coming in on?
Yeah, I was, because what I was doing in the first set wasn't really working out for me. And because we're in Milwaukee, I actually, in one of the confessionals, made a Rob Deere reference.
Oh,
And
yeah, Rob
I
Deere.
said,
Milwaukee Brewers.
I'm just going to go for the home
Most
run
home
each
runs and
time.
most strikeouts.
And I'm either going to
Oh.
get that home run or I'm going to strike out each time that I go for a shot.
Wow,
So
nice.
I
Nice
did try
job.
to play a little bit looser, yeah.
Well, that's one thing we noticed where Ian was closing in beautifully, especially in that first set. And even the second set, obviously you found a lot more success, infinitely more, technically speaking. But Ian still did a pretty good job when he was about 2 feet inside of the baseline. He's going in. There's
Yeah,
no way
yeah.
he's backing
He's
up.
going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my especially after watching
Yeah,
Scott.
it-
It was frankly a big benefit for me. I felt like watching Scott play against you last
Yeah.
night. I felt like he basically confirmed the playbook that I was hoping to try to follow, and so it was like, all right, I'm going all in on just basically crashing that.
Well, Mike Trice, when he was interviewed after you guys played, he said it's a shoving match, and you push and push and push, and really that's what my game plan was with you, was just push, see if I can push you back and get you on your heels, and that's, it's a great play.
It's really the only option. Like, you just don't want to. Or I don't anyway. I don't
No.
know if you'd want to sit back there and try to grind it out or keep hitting winners.
No.
Obviously, that wasn't in my toolbox today at all, was to try to hit winner after winner from the baseline.
No, it doesn't behoove me to expend energy like that. I mean, if I'm going to expend energy, I want it to be productive.
On your terms.
And I think that's what you're up against, especially on a fast indoor surface.
Right.
And,
That's the style.
The
play.
forehand winners you were hitting from the baseline were actually like not on the baseline. It's definitely a transition shot.
Yeah.
You got Ben leaning the wrong way and you executed fairly well, loosening it.
He's tough
on
to
your
lob.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's got a good overhead. And you missed one.
I love being
You
loud.
missed one.
missed-
It's like my favorite part of tennis is being loud.
Yeah.
That was my goal coming to Atlanta. Make Ian make at least one error on a lob.
Oh,
Mission
no.
accomplished. Took
I
a long
wouldn't have missed that
time.
one.
Nice
if-
job.
And a lot
Nice
of
job.
lost points. But
You're one up on me.
So, this Atlanta trip, we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
it.
Atlanta trip.
It came up in the
Yeah, it came up
discussions
quite a
earlier.
bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it
Do you like Davis Cup style?
Davis Labor Cup,
Yeah.
some sort of
That's
or
one
college
thing, or
even.
college style.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it would not be fair to just have someone from far away, Ben, come up here on our home court surface and not at least attempt to
Definitely. Repay the.
Reciprocate
Yeah,
would be.
100%.
Yeah.
yeah, we'd love to have you guys. I know that Subash and the Tennis Troll channel can make it happen and make the experience a great one for everyone
I'm
involved.
certain.
So let us know in the comments what matchups, inter-channel matchups do you want to see between Tennis Troll Channel and Essential Tennis?
I want doubles against Pure Tennis Sense.
Oh, calling him out.
He's good. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they just posted like
Yeah.
a warm-up
Yeah.
like point. Yeah, he's got great strokes.
Yeah, we actually have a match that we played that has yet to be posted. We had a lot of fun in playing doubles together. So,
Nice. I bet he's a great doubles player.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
He's
he's
something
really
else.
good.
I love watching that
He's
guy
fun
play.
to play with. Yeah.
So, any other final thoughts? I
Um,
can't think of anything else.
Other than what a great week it's been.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I feel really grateful that Ben made this trip. I think it's been a great experience for all of us, commentary-wise, playing-wise. It's been, and I hope it's going to be really well received by the community as
Yeah.
well. I hope you all appreciate the fact that Ben went way out of his comfort zone to come here and play us. And yeah, let us know what you want to see next.
Yeah, March
We'll
Madness.
make it happen. Ben, any final final thoughts before you head off to the airport?
Sure. Well, since you mentioned that, Ian, thank you for playing the way you did to ensure that I would be at no risk of missing my flight.
Just trying to help you out.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Mark, Tyler, James, Matt, and Sean, and Topher. Everyone I played, everyone I've associated with up here on my trip has been tremendous. I only hope that when you guys come to Atlanta that we can try to meet the very high standard that you guys have set for both tennis and hospitality. So thank you guys so much. To the people watching out there, as I said before, there's more than one way to succeed, and don't let other people define success for you. Decide what it is for yourself and go for that. Thanks.
Very well
Bye.
said.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.